Are you wondering if this lightweight electric chainsaw can get the job done like a gas-powered saw can? I was skeptical at first if this chainsaw could get the job done, but I was surprised at the power it had even though it's so small. Now let's get something straight. I didn't buy this for cutting down the forest, that's what I have a gas-powered saw for. This saw is great for quickly getting to work without having to find a can of mixed gas and pull the cord multiple times to get it started. I can easily cut up a tree to clear the trail, prep logs for a campfire, or trim up trees around the yard. Without maxing out the 12-inch blade every time, I'm able to cut for several minutes on a charged 5 amp hour battery. Now let's start with the features on this compact chainsaw. It has a brushless motor, which gives you the power and torque needed to do some heavy-duty cutting. A brushless motor will give more runtime between charging batteries compared to a saw with a brushed motor. The motor runs on 20 volts, so you can use any of DeWalt's 20-volt batteries like the ones you normally use in other cordless DeWalt tools, or the flex-volt batteries for an even longer runtime. I really like how this DeWalt saw is designed to run on the 20-volt 5 amp hour batteries. These are the same batteries I use in my other cordless DeWalt tools, so I already have lots of extra batteries. Now with that, I did test this saw with a 6 amp hour 20-volt battery and a 9 amp hour flex-volt DeWalt battery. When I used those, I noticed some extra power when I was working the saw hard, so with a bigger battery, you get some additional power. Just like gas saws, the oil can leak out over time, so you'll want to put a rag or a pan underneath the saw if it'll be sitting in one spot for a long period of time. The saw will come ready to use out of the box with a sharp chain. You'll just need oil and a charged battery to start cutting. And speaking of the chain, the saw has an Oregon brand bar and chain on it, which is the same heavy-duty part used on gas-powered saws. This makes it easy to find replacement parts when you wear them out or hit a nail. Also, just like any chainsaw, the chain wears out over time as you use it, so you'll need a tool to sharpen the chain periodically to continue having smooth cuts. As you're using this saw, it has a safety button to push so you can pull the trigger, but the chain will not spin unless a safety kickback guard is pulled back. It took me a minute to realize this, since I can start my gas-powered saw with a kickback guard engaged, even though the chain is not spinning. I bought this DeWalt chainsaw to pack in a toolbox my side-by-side to clear trails when we're out riding. It's small enough that it easily fits in a toolbox, and it has a 12-inch bar to cut large tree branches. Even though it can cut up to 12 inches, electric chainsaws like these are best at cutting trees 6 inches and smaller on a consistent basis. That way you can make more cuts before you drain the battery. As you can see by looking at the design, it has a different shape and is much shorter compared to a regular chainsaw. This compact design gives the saw a balanced feel with a handle on top, and it is also much easier if you need to reach out with one hand to cut a branch, especially when you're on a ladder. This is much lighter than my gas-powered saw, with only being around 10 pounds, which makes a huge difference if you need to hold the saw in awkward positions. DeWalt makes the saw easy to operate without tools. There's a dial you can turn by hand to loosen the bar and adjust the chain tension. This compact chainsaw is a DeWalt DC CS620. Let me break down the DeWalt rates their part numbers. The D is for DeWalt, the C is for cordless, and the CS is for chainsaw. Then it lists the model number of the tool. The letters and numbers following the model number indicate if it's a Barrett tool or the type of kit it comes in. A Barrett tool will have a B at the end of it. It does not come with a battery, so it'll come just like this with a blade guard, and it will use a battery you already own. You can also purchase a chainsaw as a kit. The kit comes with a chainsaw, blade guard, one 5 amp hour battery, and a charger. You can find the links of this chainsaw and the kit it comes in the description down below. Now that you know how the DeWalt 20-volt compact chainsaw works, you can pack it with you and be ready to tackle a variety of woodcutting projects.